Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lesson. It's time for us to start our lesson about prepositions today. So, if you're ready, you have your ticket, come on into the Hangout and join us. We'd love to have you here with us. All right, very good. So, let's welcome our students that we have so far. Hello, Sergio. How are you today?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Sergio, what time is it there?
It's 3 o'clock
PM?
p.m.
Okay. Wow, so it's already afternoon for you. For me, it
Yes.
is 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yep, just 9 a.m. Well, I got an early start this morning. I had a 6 o'clock class, so I got an early start this morning. And I've got my cup of Java, so we're good to go. Well, thank you for joining us again, Sergio. Great to have you here.
Uh,
Thanks for coming. I'll get my translator, don't worry. All right, let's also welcome Daniel. Hello, Danielle, welcome to class. How are you
Hi,
today?
teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
I think I'm doing good so far
You
this
look
morning.
sleepy.
You look sleepy. Man, this new camera is showing everything.
Okay. I
Yes.
look I look the same way at 9
Do
a.m.
you? I usually don't look this way at 9 a.m. Wow. Okay, let me try to perk myself up a little bit. Sorry about that. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I usually don't look this way at 9, but I had a very long day yesterday and I finished work late and I got up early to start another class. So I think my body is still not quite caught up with me.
You need at holidays.
I think I definitely agree with you. And supposedly I am on holiday.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah, so this is me on holiday.
Are you a
Um,
teacher in your country?
no, well, yes, I'm always a teacher. Wherever I am, I'm always a teacher. But my work schedule is changing a little bit, so I'm having to do a little extra. And whenever I'm in the States visiting, I always have to make purchases for the year. So when I go back to Costa Rica, I'm ready. So you make purchases, you got to pay for them. All right, very good. So, Danielle, what time is it for you right now?
3 p.m.
Oh, it's 3 p.m. for you as
Yes.
well. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
have just had my lunch.
Oh, yeah. So you're pretty fresh and ready to go. But just
Yes.
by 3 p.m., most people are awake.
Yes. Well, depend on your lunch. If your lunch is it's heavy, maybe you need a have a nap.
Yeah, that's true. And it's interesting. When I was younger, when I was a child, I hated taking naps. I hated it. But now I love naps. Naps are great. I think the hard
My
part is
grandma forced me to have a
uh,
nap
oh, really?
in summer. Yes, in the town.
Well, yeah, once it's summertime, once children are out for the summer, all they want to do is play. Nothing about taking naps. All right. Well,
I would like to have a nap, but I rather to Berlin. Yes.
well,
It's
that's good.
strange, but I rather.
No, it's not strange. If you have a goal in mind, then you tend to work harder at it and to
Yes,
make sacrifices for it.
yes.
So
It's
later
not a
on, you'll get
sacrifice.
to sleep. It's not a
I like it.
sacrifice?
No, I
Okay.
like it.
Well, good, good. I'm happy that you do. All right, very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and continue to welcome your classmates. Let's welcome Victor. Hello, Victor. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Although Danielle says that I look a little sleepy, but I'm getting there. I'm doing good. So, what about you, Victor? What time is it there right now?
It's 5 p.m. I finished my work.
Oh, so you're off work
Uh,
now.
yeah.
Okay, so tell us about work. How was work today?
It
Uh-oh.
was boring.
Oh no.
Nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting. So you didn't have a lot of work to do, interesting projects,
No, just a routine.
just routine.
Yeah.
Well, at least, Victor, you can say that you put in a good day's work and you'll be happy when you get paid.
I hope I'll get paid.
Yes. You hope you'll get paid? What?
Just kidding.
Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes that can be a problem. I know where I live in Costa Rica, some of the teachers there in Costa Rica went on strike because of that very reason. They were not getting paid. Some people had months of back pay coming to them, and they just stopped working. So I think it was about for a month and maybe a little bit more. The teachers went on strike and they didn't work until the government could resolve the problem. So hopefully that is not your situation and
Yeah.
you will get paid. Okay. All right, very good. Well, let's see. Let's continue welcoming. I see that I have Mark. Hello, Mark. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing pretty good, Mark. So, Mark, I think this is my first time seeing you. Would you mind introducing yourself to us?
Yes, it's my first class with you. My pleasure to stay here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to have you. Okay, so tell us about yourself, Mark.
I'm Mark. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Brazil, and I'm learning English. My English is bad, but I am every day trying improving my English. And there you get.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, very good. So now, are you improving your English for school, for personal reasons, or for future job possibilities, opportunities?
I want to speak English because I want to understand other peoples and know and meet new peoples and to travel too because my dream is to live in the United States.
Okay. Now, do you know where you want to live in the United States?
Yeah, where are you from?
Mhm.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Ohio.
Ohio.
Hmm. Yep, I'm from Ohio. Ohio is between Pennsylvania, Illinois, Kentucky, and Michigan.
It's best to say your English is different with the other English.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Your English is different.
Oh, my accent, yes. Yes, depending on where you are in the States, you will hear a different English accent. That's true. But if it makes it difficult for you to understand me, then let me know and I will clear things up so that you'll be able to understand me clearly.
Okay.
Well, great to have you here with us, Mark. Okay, let's continue to welcome. We have, let's see, Wilmer. Hello, Wilmer. How are you today?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yes, it's nice to meet you too. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Wilmer.
Okay, I'm Wilmer Palacios. I'm from Bogota, Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm working right now. I'm working today.
Mm-hmm.
I begin my work for today. Here is 8 a.m.
Uh-huh.
No more. I need to improve my English. I need to practice because I, it's possible. I will have a opportunity to abroad in other countries. It's interesting for me hear different accents.
Hmm.
Uh, my listening is very important.
Yes, listening is very important. We just did a great lesson about listening yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, Wilmer, I need to ask you a favor. Can you adjust the volume on your microphone? I find that we're having to lean in to hear you, and that obviously doesn't work because we have on headsets.
I,
Yes.
me?
It's you, Wilmer? Wilmer?
Ah, woman.
Mhm.
I hear you. I can switch off my microphone while you are talking. Is possible? Is it good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear that. Could you say that again?
Could you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you a little bit better. It still sounds like you're whispering.
Okay. I minus volume. Minus.
Tienes el volumen muy bajo de tu micrófono.
Uh,
No te escuchamos.
it's okay.
Mm, that's a
Uh,
little bit better.
but
It's a little bit better.
because it's, around me, my space very big, so my voice is lost.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll try it with what we have. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and get started. Thank you for your introductions. This was really good. It gives you a chance to practice your light conversation before class begins. All right. Well, as you saw in our in the class description today, we are going to talk about prepositions. Now, we're going to first start with our location prepositions. I'm going to type that here. These are location prepositions. Okay, so whenever you talk about where you are when you did something, okay, then you're going to use these time and location prepositions. Now, I'm going to give you a short quiz, but this is an open notes quiz because you have the information right here on the board. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'd like you to tell me which preposition you use. Now, your choices are in, on, or at. Okay, now you'll see that the triangle is inverted. It's upside down. Okay, now in general, you're going to use in a lot more. Okay, that's the biggest section. The next bigger section, things get more specific. Okay, so if you think in general terms at first, in general, the big picture, think in. Okay, now when you want to be a little more specific, think on. Okay, and then if you want to be very specific, you use at. Okay, now let's talk about that just a little bit more. So when it comes to time prepositions, okay, now you can just look on the board. And if I want to talk about centuries, okay, if I want to talk about centuries, Danielle, am I going to use in, on, or at?
In.
In, that's right. Okay, all right, now if I want to talk about months, okay, if I want to talk about months, mark in, on, or at. Okay,
Can
if
you
I,
speak with me?
yes, mark. If I want to talk about months,
Month.
okay, will I use in, on, or at?
On? No. In, on. Uh, mm,
Mm-hmm.
in.
Okay,
In.
that's right. You want to use in. All right, so you're going to look right here on the screen. Okay, I've done my screen share. All right, now we're doing our time prepositions. Okay, so just check the left side and you'll see exactly which preposition to use. Sergio,
Hmm?
when I talk about weeks,
In.
That's right, Sergio. Beautiful job. Okay, and let's see, Victor, if I want to talk about hours, which one do I use?
At.
Yes. Okay. Okay, and then Wilmer, if I want to talk about my weekend, which one do I use? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm sorry, Wilmer, I didn't quite hear you. Wilmer, to talk about the weekend, which one do I use? In, on, or at? Okay, I think Wilmer stepped away. All right, I'm going to go back to Danielle. Danielle, if I want to talk about my weekend, which preposition do I use?
On.
On. Okay, so you do things on the weekend. All right, so I'm going to do one more time. Okay, Mark. Okay, if I want to tell you the decade, if I want to talk about decades, which preposition do I use?
They can me.
Yes, Mark. Mark.
What is they can?
I'm
The
sorry?
days. What is they can?
Oh, weekend. Uh-huh.
Weekend. What is
Yes.
weekend?
Weekend, good. Let's first ask your classmates, okay? Can anyone tell me what the weekend is? What's the weekend?
Saturday and Sunday.
Good. Okay, so actually the definition is right in this word. Okay, so you have week, and then we have in. All right, so the weekend. Very good. So, for example, you would say on Saturday or on Sunday. Okay, and then you talk about what you did. Okay, on Saturday, on Sunday. Now, some people consider Friday to be the weekend as well. So, okay, well, that would be the weekend. All right, so very good. Now, let's talk about location prepositions, because I think you got the time prepositions. Okay, let's talk about location. So, let's see, Sergio. Sergio, if I want to, if I need to know an address, which preposition do I use for an address?
Address. In. Address. At.
Yes, you use at. Okay, so if you're going to give your address, you can say, I live at 734 Oxford Street. Very good. All right, so if I need to know your specific location, so let's say Danielle. Danielle, if we are in the mall, okay, that's the bigger location, we're in the mall, but I need to know your location in the mall. Which preposition would I use?
At.
That's right. Okay, so you could say, I am at the Apple store, or I am at the Toshiba store. Very good. Now, if I need to know what street to find you, okay, let's see. Victor, what preposition would I use for streets?
On.
On. That's right. On. Okay. Also, if you're talking about where two streets meet, the corner. Okay. Say, Victor, what preposition would I use if I need you to tell me what corner to find you?
On the corner.
That's right. You'd be on the corner as well. All right. Okay. Now let's make things a little bit bigger. Okay. So let's say that we are in, let's see, New York. Okay. And I need to find your neighborhood. I need to find your neighborhood. Okay, so Danielle, which preposition would I use?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, I need to find your neighborhood. We are in New York, but I need to find your neighborhood.
On.
No, not on. Okay, check again. Check again on the location site. That's right. In. Okay, if you want to find your neighborhood. Okay, now if I'm in the United States right now, but what if I wanted to travel to your country? Okay, I want to travel to your country. So, Sergio, which preposition would I use to describe or to tell you the country?
In.
In. Okay, so Sergio, what country are you in right now?
What country? What?
Yes.
Hi. Uh,
Yes. Uh-huh.
I live. Repeat.
Okay. What country are
Yes.
you in right now?
In Italy.
Yes, beautiful. You're in Italy and you use the correct preposition. Excellent job. Okay. Victor, what country are you in right now?
I'm in Russia right now.
You're in Russia. Good. All right. And in what city are you right now, Victor?
I'm in a city called Saratov.
Okay, so you could put that all together. Okay, so if I ask you, Victor, where do you live? Tell me the city and country. Put it all together.
I live in Russia, Saratov, right?
Okay, say it the reverse. You would say the city first and then the country.
Okay. I live in Saratov, Russia.
Good, that's it. Excellent job. Okay, all right, now let me ask Mark. Mark, where do you live? Tell me the city and country. Mark. I think Mark is frozen. Okay. Ilker, welcome to class. Is that the correct pronunciation, Ilker? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, Wilmer, are you there with us?
Yes. Yes, I'm
Good,
here.
good. Okay, so Wilmer, where do you live?
I'm living in Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota, Colombia. Excellent job. Okay, all right, let's continue with our questions. Danielle, in what century were you born?
In 20th century.
The 20th century. Okay, very good. All right, and let's talk about decades. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask you again, Danielle. Danielle, which decade was your favorite?
My favorite decade is in 80s.
The 80s.
The 80s. The 80s.
Okay, so why did you like the 80s?
Uh, the TV shows, the clothes, the children playing in the street, a lot of things.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yep, so you really like the 80s. All right. All right, good. Okay, I'm going to ask Victor. I'm going to go back to Victor. Victor, what decade was your favorite?
Why was?
Hmm?
Why you said was?
Um,
In my
well,
life or early?
yes. So in your lifetime, which decade was your favorite?
80s as well.
You really like the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you like about the 80s?
I was young and happy.
Okay. So now you're not so young and still happy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not, let's just say not so young, but not as young and still happy.
I have there.
Yeah, well, I tend to think that with your experiences and, you tend to appreciate life differently when you're older. All right, good. Okay, guys, let's try some other activities here. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit because I think we're pretty clear on when to use our um, prepositions. Now, here is your activity. All right, now we're going to work in pairs. Well, not really in pairs. You're just going to choose one of your classmates and you're going to ask them one of these questions. Okay, this will give you some more practice using your prepositions. Okay, so here are the questions on the board. Okay, now I took away the other slide, so I may need to scroll up if you need it. All right, very good. So I'm going to start with you. Let's see. Wilmer. Wilmer, ask one of your classmates one of the questions on the list.
Okay. For Daniel. When were you born?
I was born in 1975.
Good, excellent. Okay, Danielle, go ahead and ask one of your classmates a different question.
Okay, Victor, what time is your appointment?
My appointment is at the 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock.
Very good. Great correction there, Victor. At 5 o'clock. There's just really only one 5 o'clock. Now, the only way that you can make that a bit more specific is to say if it's a.m. or p.m. Good. Excellent. Okay. All right, Victor, go ahead and ask your classmate one question.
Okay. Mark, what do you have on your walls?
Can you repeat?
What do you have on your walls?
I need to translate this last word.
Walls. Here, I'll type it in the chat box. Actually, it's on the board. Okay, so what do you have on your walls? Okay, so look around you at your walls.
¿Qué tienes en tus paredes?
¿Qué tengo en mis paredes?
¿Qué cuelgan tus paredes?
Do you have clocks? Do you have pictures?
Cuadro. No entiendo. Can you repeat?
Yes. Yes. So right. So what do you have? Do you have pictures? Do you have a clock? Right. What do you
have in my walls one table. I have table.
A table?
Yes, but how can I say the answer? I have it one table on my walls house.
Okay, now usually you don't really have a table on your wall. You might have a picture, right? So tables are on the floor.
I have this.
A picture. Okay, that you could say here. Okay, now I have a picture or a painting.
Can you write me?
Yes, I am writing, but okay, now the purpose of the activity is for you to tell us which preposition to use. So, should I say in, on, or at my wall? So I'm going to type that here in the chat box.
In? No, in or on.
Okay, so in your home, because that's bigger. Now you want to be a little bit more specific than in. So which is the correct preposition?
In?
Okay, no, not in. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to make sure that you can see this.
On. I have a picture on my walls.
That's
Yes,
right. Okay,
correct.
so that's right. It's on your walls. Now here, we don't have it on the screen, but when you talk about surfaces, okay, if we talk about surfaces, then you want to say on. Okay, so just for example, on your walls, on your table, on the floor, those are surfaces.
I understand.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Thank you. All right, and thanks to your classmates too. Okay. All right, excellent job. Okay, it looks like okay, we've asked all of our questions. Okay, so that's a nice review. Okay, let's go ahead and move to some different prepositions. Okay, now we're starting to talk about. Okay, guys, when you're not using your microphone, if you could remember to make sure that you mute it, then that way we can eliminate some background noises. Okay, so now here we're going to talk about some additional location preposition. Okay, now we talked about in and on. All right, now you can see the difference. Okay, in the third picture, all right, the mouse is actually in the box. Okay, now we can say that she's inside the box as well. Okay, now in the next picture, we see that she's actually standing on the surface. Okay, so that's why we're using on, because she's on the surface or the top of the box. Okay, very good. Now let's talk about it again. Now let's ask you where the mouse is. Okay, so in the first picture, I just want you to get used to using these words. Okay, Sergio, in the first picture, where is the mouse?
Is the mouse under box?
Right, that's good. So here you would say the mouse is under the box.
Mouse is okay.
Okay, so the mouse is under the box. Okay, so what you have, just for grammar, is your subject plus your verb. Then you have your preposition, and then you have your object. Okay, so there is your grammar structure. Okay, all right. In the second picture, Wilmer, where is the mouse in the second picture?
The mouse is over the box.
Good, is over the box. Okay, now let's try to think of a sentence. Okay, can you think of a different sentence? Maybe let's use the verb jump. Okay, so here's your subject, mouse. Your verb is jump. Okay, and your object would be box. Okay, can you give me a sentence with that combination?
The mouse is jumping over the box.
Beautiful job, Wilmer. That's exactly what she's doing. Okay, all right, let's go to the third picture and let's see. Let's have Victor. Victor, tell me about the third picture.
The mouse is in the box.
That's right, that's exactly where she is. Okay, now, Victor, can you, have you ever had a mouse in a box, or have you ever trapped a mouse in a box?
Can you repeat?
Yes. Have you ever trapped a mouse in a box?
Not exactly in the box, in the trap.
Okay, so what happened? Tell us the story, Victor. What happened?
The mouse can be trapped in the trap.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you put down a trap. Now, did you put cheese in the trap to trap the mouse, or how did you trap the mouse?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
I don't remember.
In my childhood.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, I have a story about trapping a mouse in a box. It was when I lived in Panama, and I had 3 roommates. We had 3 female roommates, And one night, one of my roommates screamed, and we all came running to find out what happened. And she said, "There's a mouse in the house." And so one roommate got the broom, another roommate got a box, another roommate just stood there looking, and the other roommate got a dustpan. So the four of us, well, three of us, were after this little mouse. So the mouse got into one of the rooms, and I put the box on top of the mouse. And when I lifted up the box, we did not see the mouse. And so I told one of the roommates, put the box down. The mouse is hiding in the box. But she didn't believe me. So we just left the box there, and sure enough, the mouse ran out of the box. So finally, after about a half hour, we trapped the mouse under the box. And because I didn't want to kill the mouse, I moved the box along the floor to the door. And I opened the door and let the mouse run free. But there was a cat across the street. And as soon as the mouse ran into the street, the cat caught the mouse. And I think that was the end of the mouse.
Yeah.
It actually happened. I was so upset that the cat ate the mouse. I was trying so hard not to kill the mouse. All right, so that's what inspired my thought process about the mouse. All right, very good. Let's continue with the mouse, okay? Let's see. Sergio, in the fifth picture, where is the mouse?
The first picture.
That's right.
One box. The mouse is under the box. The fifth. Yes.
Oh,
please.
no, not the first one, the fifth one, number 5. Picture number 5.
The mouse is in front of the box.
He's in front of the box. That's right. Good. Okay, and finally, let's have, let's see, Danielle, in the 6th picture, where is the mouse?
The mouse is behind the box.
Good. He's behind the box. And in the last picture, Mark, where is the mouse? Mark?
The mouse is next to the box.
That's right. Okay, guys, now I want you to look around you. Okay? All right. Let's see. Danielle, tell me something that is in front of you. What is in front of you, Danielle?
The screen of my computer is in front of me.
Good, the computer screen. That's right. Okay? All right. Let's see. Wilmer, tell me something that is next to you.
Next to me is my coworker.
Okay. Okay, so your coworker is next to you. All right, very good. Victor, can you tell me something that is over you?
Over me is ceiling.
The ceiling. That's good. Good. So you're using good vocabulary there. Thanks, Victor. Okay, Sergio, tell me something that is behind you. What is behind you?
Behind me is a bed.
Okay. Oh, that would be so tempting for me to go back to sleep. Okay, very good. Okay, and let's see. Mark, tell us something that is under you. What is under you?
Under. I have one question. What is the difference under and on?
Okay, look at the first picture. In the first picture, that is under. So the mouse is under the box.
Okay.
In the
under me is rough.
Okay, so if you're inside, then it would be the floor. Okay, so the floor.
Roof.
Rope.
I I wrote the
Okay,
text. Roof.
got it. Let's see.
Under me, um, under me is the roof.
Mm, okay, now that's not under you, that's over you.
Over.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So the ceiling is over you. Okay, that's up.
over.
Over is up. But what's under you? Like, for example, what are you sitting on?
Over.
Under. Under.
Under. I don't know what
Uh,
is under you.
What?
Rope. Roof. No, I
Uh,
don't know.
okay, look at under. Okay, look at the first picture. Okay, the
I'm looking.
mouse. Okay, the mouse is under the box. Okay, so the box is on top of the mouse. Okay, so think about yourself. Okay, look at what you're sitting on. What are you sitting on?
Under chair.
The chair. Good. So the chair. You could say the chair is under me.
The chair is under me.
That's right. The chair is under you. Right. That's good. Okay. All right. So we can probably practice this a little bit more just to make sure that we understand. Does anyone have any questions about under, over, in, on, in front of, behind, next to? Okay, don't fret. We're going to practice a little bit more, okay? So if you need, we'll go back to this. But now let's find our good friend. Let's find our good friend Jack. Okay, now Jack has a problem. Jack is lost. Okay, so Jack is lost and he needs our help to find different things. Okay, now let's help Jack out. Okay, here is a map, and hopefully you're able to see it. Let me try to make it a little bit bigger. All right, yep, that's a little bit bigger. Okay, very good. So we need to help Jack find a few places. Okay, so we're always going to start on First Street. Okay, so we're going to start on First Street. Now, let's see, Danielle.
Yes.
Danielle, can you help Jack find the hospital? Now remember, start on First Street.
Okay. You go ahead Main Street from First Street, and on your right take Second Street, and in front of movie theater you get hospital.
Okay, good. So the hospital is in front of the movie theater.
Here.
Good. It's also in front of what other thing, Danielle?
It's in front of restaurant too. The
And,
hospital is in front of the restaurant
okay,
and in
very
front of the church. Maybe.
okay. Now, it's not in front of the church. Okay, what other preposition could we use? If the movie theater and restaurant are in front of the hospital,
Near to church.
you could say near to, that's right, but let's be a little bit more specific. Let's go back up to the top. All right, now which of these prepositions could we use?
Next to.
That's right, it's next to.
Next to.
It's next to it, okay? All right, very good. All right, good, because when you give directions, you want to give the directions that you mentioned, but you also want to say in front of, behind, next to, okay? Behind. All right, very good. Okay, let's move on. Let's have Sergio. Sergio,
See? Yes.
okay. Let's see. Help Jack get to the drugstore.
Drugstore. Church. Church. Can you repeat, please?
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say here, help Jack get to the drugstore.
Jack. Where is Jack?
Okay, I'm going to tell you where Jack is. That's a good question. Okay, Jack is on the corner of First Street
Okay.
and Main Street.
Um, uh, uh, allora, so Jack is in front of library. Okay. Strange on right until drugstore in front of police station.
Okay, so here's your sentence. The drugstore is in front of the police station. Okay. All right. That's a good description. Okay. Now we can also use next to. Okay. What is the drugstore? What is the drugstore next to, Sergio?
Movie theater.
Okay, good. So let's make a complete sentence here. Okay, so the drugstore is next to the movie theater.
Theater.
Okay, it's next to the movie theater and what other thing? It's next to the movie theater and
Post office.
and the post office. Very good. All right. Now, we can also say behind. Okay, I'm going to get some additional help. Thank you, Sergio. Okay, Victor. Okay, so let's say that the drugstore is behind what two buildings?
The drugstore is behind a school and a restaurant.
That's right. That's a great sentence. Okay, so the drugstore, I'm going to type it here. The drugstore is behind the restaurant and the school. Okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to ask you another specific question, Victor. Okay, so Victor, okay, what is in front of the train station?
In front of the train station is the school.
Very good. The school is in front of the train station.
And I think the restaurant as well.
Yes, that's right. The restaurant as well. Okay. All right. Very good. Let's see. Let's ask Wilmer. Wilmer, what building? What building is on the corner of Main Street and 2nd Street?
Okay, we have two buildings. The movie theater is in front 2nd Street, behind Main Street. The store is next to the police station in front Main Street and 2nd Street.
Okay, good. You're right. There are two buildings, the store and the movie theater. Okay, so you said that the movie theater is next to the drugstore. All right, and the store is next to the police station. That's good. That's good. Excellent job. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so this question is going to be for Mark. Okay, Mark, what two buildings What two buildings are on 2nd Street?
What is during?
Edificio.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What two buildings are on 2nd Street?
What is the question more difficult is for me. What two buildings?
Okay. What two buildings or edificios are on 2nd Street? What do you see on 2nd Street? Well, actually, there's more than that. There's let me change it. Okay, what five? There are actually 5 buildings. What 5 buildings are on 2nd Street? There's 5. There are 5 buildings on 2nd Street.
Hospital and church.
Okay, the church. What else?
The church and the hospital. The church.
Okay, the church, the hospital.
The church is behind the hospital, and the hospital is next to post office, drugstore, movie theater, school, restaurant.
Okay. So the hospital is actually
behind, in front.
Yeah, if you use in front of, then you just want to say the movie theater or the restaurant, things that are directly in front of it. Things that are directly in front of it.
The movie theater is between restaurant and drugstore.
Yeah, I think a little bit more accurately, though, you could say that the movie theater is on the corner. Okay, I'm going to put that here. Okay, so the movie theater is on the corner of Main Street and 2nd Street.
The movie theater is on the corner of Main and 2nd Street.
That's right. It's on the corner. That's right. Okay, excellent job. Okay, let's see. Danielle, what is on the corner? What is on the corner of 1st Street, excuse me, of 1st Street and Central Avenue?
The corner is the school.
Okay, all right. There are actually 2 buildings on the corner of 1st Street and Central Avenue. What's the other thing?
The school and the train station.
That's right, the school and the train station. Okay, so when you are giving directions like that, you just want to make sure which building you're talking about. Okay, very good, very good, excellent job. Okay, let's talk about one more thing. Okay, where is the library? I'm going to ask Victor that. Victor, where is the library?
The library is on the 1st Street.
Okay, so it's okay. Now, there's a big difference between, okay, saying on the 1st Street and on 1st Street. Okay, there's a difference. If you say on the 1st Street, then the person will think it's on the 1st Street that they come to. Okay, so depending on where you start, that might be a little confusing. But if you say on 1st Street, Okay, and first is capitalized, then we know that it's the name of the street, on First Street. Okay? Now tell me specifically, where is it on First Street? Okay, what's in front of the library, Victor?
In front of the library is the post office and the school.
Right, very good. Okay, now I want you to take a look at your structure, okay? You want to try to start with your subject, okay? So you could say the post office and the school are in front of the library. Okay? All right. Now, in this case, do you see why we say the post office, the school, and the library?
Me?
Yes,
No, I don't know.
Okay. All right, because you're being specific. Okay, there's only one. Okay, and you want to make sure that the person knows which one you're talking about. Okay, so you've already said that the library is on First Street. Okay, so they know, okay, there's only one library on First Street. Then you add details. Okay, the library on First Street is in front of the post office and the school. Okay, so it's very easy to find that way. Okay. All right, guys, what questions do you have? Do you have any questions? Okay, I'm going to scroll up just a little bit, back up to the top. All right, so today we talked about time and location prepositions. When you talk about things in general, okay, you want to use in. Okay, for time, that would be centuries, decades, years, and months. Okay, for location, countries, cities, neighborhoods. Think big. When you think big, think in. Okay, if you want to get a little smaller, think on. Okay, so on days or the weekends. Okay, and then streets and avenues, corners. Okay, if you want to be very specific, talk about addresses and specific locations. Okay, and then for time, okay, of course, your hours. Okay, and then remember your other prepositions, your location prepositions. Remember our mouse. Practice your words: under, over, in, on, in front of, behind, next to. Okay, so these are very helpful. Okay, well that's going to do it for our lesson today. If no one else has questions, that's the end of our lesson. Thank you everyone for coming to our session. Please look out for my future sessions, and if you want to take a one-on-one lesson with me, you're welcome to do so by signing up on the Verblang website. Have a great day or evening, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, teacher.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Thank
See
you.